Nadien is er ook een mogelijkheid tot vragen stellen. Dus welkom, Alex.
Merci, Louis. Welkom iedereen. Dank je om hier aanwezig te zijn. Misschien praktisch, we will conduct the press conference in English so that Ferdinand can follow everything and all the good things that we say about him. Welcome to you, Ferdinand. We are delighted to have you here and to start working together, evidently. But maybe first, as an introduction, before we formally introduce Ferdinand to all of you, I want to dig a bit into the last couple of weeks, the decisions that have been taken, and what is the motivation exactly for the decisions that we took as a team. And for that, I want to go back a bit further. First, 3 to 4 years ago, as Cercle Brugge, as an organization, we were struggling. We should not hide that. We were struggling on the pitch as we were fighting for relegation, and we were struggling off the pitch because we were heavily relying on the finances of our shareholder to pay the bills, basically. So we did realize that something had to change. So we had lots of conversations, workshops, strategic exercises, etc., to decide what was the correct way to move forward as Cercle Brugge and to define the strategy for the next couple of years. The result was a clear strategy with some pillars. We've explained it to many of you throughout the last couple of years. But just as a reminder, what were some of the key pillars? One is that we should have a clear football philosophy with high pressure, a clear typical style of playing football that should be recognizable. When you see Cercle Brugge play, you immediately see that this is the Cercle style. Second element, and equally important, is that we decided that we wanted to have the ambition to become one of the biggest youth development platforms in Europe. And this is, we cannot forget this, because this is equally important that we stick to that strategy. Why? Because we want to be a financially healthy organization. And for that, to be able to compete with the top teams in Belgium, we absolutely need to stick to that strategy to develop young talent. And then at one point, we need to sell that talent to balance our finances. A third element is that our sporting performances need to be consistent for our strategy to be successful. And by that I mean that every year we strive to challenge the top 8 in our domestic league. And this will continue to be the case. I think the last couple of seasons have shown that our strategy has been successful. We have had many successes. Just look at the league table ranking. We evolved from 10th place to 6th place to 4th place, continuous growth path. We qualified for the first time in Cercle history for a European group stage. We're even on the verge of qualifying for the next round of that European competition. So many successes that we've had. And at the same time, and again, I stress this again, equally important, at the same time, we have managed, contrary to the past, to balance our finances. Last year was the first year where we had a very good financial result at the end of the season. This year, we're even taking the next step, and we are on the verge of being able to present a positive financial result, even without any resources that we would be receiving from our shareholder. I do want to stress that our shareholder, even whereas the financial situation we are in now, where we are able to report gains even, this does not mean that our shareholder is stopping the project and saying, I do no longer want to invest in the project, but it does allow him to invest in more strategic projects, such as, for example, the training center, which you are all familiar with. Now, these successes, they were evidently only possible to achieve by achieving success in our domestic competition. It's very important. We've always stressed this. The domestic competition is our daily bread and is the key to our strategy. So this will not change. Unfortunately, due to the new situation that we are in this season, with having to play games every 3 days throughout the year, we have had difficulties to perform consistently on a sporting level this season. The many successes that we've had the last couple of seasons are a result of a strong group of people that we have in Cercle Brugge. I'm speaking about coaches, analysts, medical staff, etc., etc. We are fully confident still that this group of people can have the necessary impact to change the results that we are facing at the moment in the domestic leagues. So we are fully confident that those group of people can turn the situation around. The reason why we decided, nevertheless, that there was a need for a change of head coach is that we felt and that we are convinced that Miron was not able to impact the group of players anymore the way that he has done it in the last 2 seasons. I think this is human. After 2 years under the supervision of Miron, whereby this group was the hardest working group in Belgium, whereby this group consistently pushed each other under the supervision of Miron to really go every day, fully stretch themselves to give everything every day. I think it is human that this impact has changed throughout the season. However, evidently, in the situation that we are in the league today, we were convinced that we needed a head coach again that could heavily impact on the short term the group of players that we have in Cercle Brugge. We have achieved a lot with Miron, together with Miron, and that is why there is no only one strong feeling that dominates the situation with Miron, and it is a feeling of gratitude, both from Miron, but also especially from our side, gratitude towards Miron, what he has meant for Cercle Brugge. And it's not easy to say goodbye to someone that you have achieved successes with, that's very clear. But it was a decision that had to be taken in order to guarantee the future of Cercle Brugge and the future sporting successes of Cercle. So these are the sentiments that we felt with Miron during his exit talk that we had with him. First of all, gratitude from both sides. Secondly, a sort of acceptance from Miron's side, whereby he accepted that this was a decision that we had to take as an organization. And thirdly, even a sort of relief from Miron's side, whereby he did agree that even while he was still giving himself 100% every day to turn around this situation, that he could no longer impact the group in a way to effectively turn around the situation. Last but not least, I've been speaking long enough, I think. I want to thank Rembert and his team and congratulate him for completing this process of finding a new head coach. It were days where you were heavily occupied, Rembert, so thank you very much for the hard work with your team. And I want to explicitly call on our fans to close the ranks, to give the trust to the people that are here, to respect the Cercle family values and to support the team for 100%. This afternoon we are traveling to Ljubljana to hopefully achieve a historic thing in Cercle history and to qualify for the next round of the European group stage. So let's make it a big green and black party in Ljubljana with more than 400 of our fans there, and let's support the team together. For this historic performance that we are aiming for tomorrow, we are now counting on Ferdinand to guide us through this. We are convinced he is the right man for the job, and maybe for this I will pass on the word to Rembert to explain our motivation and the choice for Ferdinand.
Thank you. Goedemiddag iedereen ook van mijnentwege. I'm very glad to present Ferdinand Feldhofer today as a new head coach of Cercle. I'm very sure you already did a little bit of research on his profile, so I will focus on why we picked Ferdinand as the ideal head coach for Cercle. First of all, Ferdinand knows the league. He has been following not only the league but also Cercle's projects from close by. It's very easy to be seen that he was not only successful as a player on the highest level, but also as a head coach. He has experience of coaching more than 200 games, which of course made him an even better professional. He has experienced double game weeks, so playing in Europe, both with Wolfsberger as with Rapid. His vision, and you know the importance of our vision and our philosophy of play, his vision aligns fully with some key pillars we have. It's high pressing, we want to be forward thinking, and we want to be physically the most dominant team in the league. And of course, he will add his own touches, 100% sure. We will give him the freedom to do so, both in as out of possession. He has worked with young players in several phases of his career. He really believes not only in young players, but also in the young players we have. He believes they have the quality, they have the potential to be with Cercle and a higher spot in the ranking. And last but not least, and you will notice that very quickly, he is an excellent human being. An excellent human being that will add an extra layer to the very good and diverse staff we already have. Cercle is strong because of all the professionals that surround our group, and he will bring that extra layer on it. So, being a team player, I know that because we have spoken a lot. I also welcome you officially as a new head coach of Cercle. Welcome.
Thank you. So, yes, thank you very much for this warm welcome. I'm really happy to be here. First of all, I want to say hello, and it's a pleasure to meet you here on this stage. Yes, what can I say? First hours, first days are, you can imagine, a really demanding time, and of course I had already a lot of talks, conversations with nearly everybody who is in a leading situation, position, and yes, what I can say, I feel really a big base of trust that gave me this small step I needed to decide to come here, and yes, it's true. It's not only about a few days that I heard from Cercle. No, I'm following already a few years, and I'm really convinced of that way, what the club did or what they want to do. Our philosophy of football is really similar, and yes, I can develop not only young players, I showed that also in the past, I can also develop teams, and this is the most important thing, I think, that Cercle chose me. But altogether, there was one bigger reason I took this challenge, and this is the players, the potential of the players. Really, I did my homework and I checked, of course, many games and the players individual, and I'm 100% convinced with that quality we can be successful again in the next weeks and in the next time. So thank you very much again, and I'm really glad to be here.
Thank you, coach. Zijn er vragen, are there questions van jullie in de zaal? Geen vragen? No? Neil?
Coach, what's the reason that you know Cercle already for such a long time?
What?
Yeah, what is the reason? How did it come on your path?
We had already a contact few years ago, and we spoke about the same topics what we spoke last days, and yes, at that time the circumstances were different, and finally I'm happy that I'm here now, and of course when we spoke this few years ago, I followed Cercle as best as I could, and yes, I can only say congratulations what you achieved in the past, and how you achieved with this style, and I love it. That's it.
It was then too early a few years ago because you stayed in our country. It was too early to come to do so.
No, only to say too much internals. I had other plans at this moment, and so the deal couldn't come.
Here you had also in December contract with KV Kortrijk, another team in the Jubilee Pro League. They told us, okay, we made the choice for another coach who is still there. You have an explanation for this?
No, I will only say to this topic that I had more than one or two or three teams which I spoke in Belgium in the last years, and now I think everything is perfect, and now is the time to start to work in Belgium.
What's your impression about the Belgian football?
Oh, it's really challenging. It's a competitive league, intensive league, with top teams, international top teams, but also the teams behind, maybe starting from 10 down, are really strong, and it's not easy to win a game that you can save energy. So this is really strong together, and after the top 5 leagues, I think they're really fast coming Belgium.
Were you a bit in doubt about coming here? Is it difficult for you knowing that your best striker is leaving next week?
Oh, we spoke already about this topic. I trust, of course, the guys next to me. The club and the team is already, so was close to say. The team is already prepared, and at the moment the focus is 100% on the game tomorrow, and of course the next games, and we will have some ideas, and if the time is right, we will share these informations.
But did you have any guarantees that there will come a new striker in January, or was that not discussed?
We spoke about every topic, but again, at the moment my focus is at the players we have, and I'm 100% convinced that this is really a strong team.
What was your time in Tbilisi? You stayed there, I think 6 months.
This was a new experience. Many things, many different things to the middle of Europe, also in leadership, and many different cultures, religions, and yes, I decided to go there because the project behind was really interesting. Normally now it should start, but something happens. Of course, I got some calls, and also in Tbilisi it was not that way what we expected behind, but it was clear the first half year will be really difficult. We played with 15, 16, 17-year-old players most of the time. This was also communicated, nothing new, and we wanted to go for titles in the next year, but this will be without me. That's it.
Without the proposition of Cercle, it was your intention to stay there, yes? For the
Yes,
next season.
yes.
Mr. Feldhofer, you are number 3 in a row coming from Austria to be coach here in Cercle. Do you know Dominic Thalhammer and Miran Muslic personally? Did you have contacts with them?
Yes, yes. I'm from a different part of Austria. I'm Asturian. Yes, Dominic was of course I know him personally. He was also my teacher in the officieel license, and of course Miran. I know him from his style of football, about his thoughts. I saw many games of him, not only in Belgium, also in Austria. And yes, I think Miran, we are really thinking similar in the playing style against the ball and about intensity, active football. And yes, again, he did a great job. And yes, so of course, doesn't matter which country you are, you have your own best case scenario of your football, but yes, it fits all together, I think, to Cercle.
Nog vragen?
You will do the coaching already tomorrow?
Yes, I will take the charge, and I think why we should wait or waste time. It's important to get as fast as possible to the players inside and get as most as possible impressions, what can help us for the future.
Rembert, je wist al langer dat je, als er iets zou gebeuren, dat je voor de Ferdinand zou gaan?
Dat is een hele goede vraag, Koen. Je weet dat wij niet enkel... do I speak? I can speak in English as well. You know that we don't only scout players. We have several persons also scouting coaches, following on coaches. This is a process that is ongoing. We follow coaches based on playing style. We follow coaches based on data profiles. We do video analysis, and we do one-on-one interviews. So, of course, I knew that Ferdinand was already in the system, and it made it easier for us to get faster to a solution, 100%.
How difficult was it for you the last weeks, because you was under a certain pressure, everybody knows about the supporters.
Yeah, first of all,
with all the decisions?
first of all, I want to start saying that I fully understand every Cercle fan, because I'm also very disappointed with the place in the ranking. Yeah? Still, I'm a human, so yes, this does something to me, but what I want to say also to every Cercle fan is that they need to trust fully, not only in myself, but in the whole structure, because the structure is what makes Cercle strong. It's the whole player group, it's the technical staff, it's the management, and it's everybody involved. So we work since a few months harder than ever to turn the situation around and to go up in the table again.
Nog vragen?
Hi, Coach. Can you explain to me what attracts you in the Belgian competition? Why is Belgium an interesting country for a young coach?
It's close to the top 5 leagues of Europe. It's really competitive. Every top country is watching it, Belgium. Also, you have big successes in national team and international games. And yes, I think this is for every coach a good country to work.
You were talking about the quality in the group, that you were surprised, that it impressed you. What's inside the group already? Can you give some explanation? Profiles or what really inspires you from the group?
I think overall you can see there's a structure behind from the team. They are only bringing players which fits to the system how Cercle want to play. And this is the first time in my career that I saw it over years. And maybe this was the reason, or is the reason. I'm convinced that is the reason that Cercle had these successes. And now I know this time you have 3 games a week. It's not easy. Of course, obviously, if you never had it before. And this is now the topic we have to deal. And I had this, I managed this, I found solutions for these situations, and I think also that was one of the biggest reasons why I'm here today. And now, you know, I arrived yesterday, so every minute is counting, and we have to find solutions to deal as best as possible in both competitions.
Last question, have you ever been in Bruges before? What do you know about the city?
Fairy tale, wonderful, UNESCO, good food. No, I hope I find time in the future to enjoy also Bruges, but at the moment only the team is important, Cercle is important, and to get as fast as possible back on the road to win.
It's your plan to come with your family to Belgium? Or
No,
stay-
no. I went also to Georgia alone. I know how demanding this job is, and we decided together as a family that my wife and my children stay at home. They will come, of course, as often as possible, but I will stay here alone.
You do the same as Milan.
He did the same. So,
Because
good.
your last game in Tbilisi, the last game was
Sunday,
okay, and you was still on the bench.
yes,
Okay.
I packed the last 50 hours. I packed more than 5 times my luggage.
It's difficult to do already after a few days, the whole transformation, and to be on another bench with another team.
Of course, it's demanding. Yes, it's not easy, but I think it's really helpful that most of the things from Cercle I know already, and I followed, and this helps me at the moment a lot.